here in Shelton, Washington at the Little Creek Casino Resort. Light heavyweights, we got Thomas Williams, grew up around the fight game. Dad was a well-traveled and weathered heavyweight. Now it's his turn to see if he can forge ahead and stay unbeaten, putting his 15-0 mark up against the veteran Cornelius White. There's the 32-year-old Cornelius White, 6'2", an inch taller, checked in at 174.4, from Texas. Late to the game as a pro, turned pro at age 25, only 14 amateur fights. He has 5 wins between KO losses. He's knocked out by Don George. Then Kovalov just flattened him. And he's trained by the former U.S. gold medalist, former middleweight titleist, Frank Tate. And there's Thomas Williams. We've been talking plenty about the unbeaten southpaw. Natural righty. But his dad switched him up when he was younger, so he fights as a southpaw. His father is a former pro heavyweight, had 28 wins. He's been active, fought 5 times in 2011, 5 times in 2012, 4 times last year, and he's coming off his first scheduled 10-rounder. So let's get you set for White and Williams. Tech-savvy Teddy, the guy who still uses a fax machine over email, has some new toys in the fight plan brought to you by Corona Extra.
What are you, a fighting version of SpongeBob? Cameras on your head, I can't even turn a computer on. New technology. Oh, it should be great. Bring the fans up close where they can feel the action. Let's give it a look right now. I'm gonna be Williams. White. Williams is a southpaw. I think the right hook's gonna work against the orthodox White. Why? Well, just look for yourself. White, after he throws a jab, he's supposed to cover straight back. He drops it to the hip and then brings it up. So, well, if I'm Williams, I'm gonna tell him, you know, sneak up nice and close, maybe block the jab, or maybe even slip over a little bit, and then, bang, jump right in with that right hook before he covers. And if you do that, well, then you can go just watch yourself score a knockout. Fun. All right, now how does White become a star in his own movie? Well, it starts with the right hand. He's fighting the southpaw and Williams. Southpaws get hit with right hands. White has power in the right hand, but more importantly, he's got a very long right hand. And a bad habit Williams has. Williams, I noticed, and it's important that White hopefully notices too, is he likes to block the jab, and then he pulls back to get away from the right hand. So he blocks the jab, pull back a little bit. But I don't think early in the fight he's going to understand how long the right hand of White really is. So early on, when he doesn't really have a feel for that distance, look for White, throw the jab, and then when Williams pulls back, bang, step in with that long right hand. He does that, then it's lights, camera, action, knockout. Let's go watch a movie. And can you take that stuff off first?
Let's go watch Iron Man with Michael Stipe.
He didn't take it off. I mean, he's got the GoPro cameras. Did Saul get a haircut just to duct tape the GoPro cameras to his head there?
I just hope he takes it off before he goes home to see his beautiful daughter, Alexi, and he doesn't scare her.
He's been wearing them around for 2 days, the GoPro cameras.
174.8 pounds. He is undefeated. 15 wins, no defeats. 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, here is Thomas Top Dog Williams.
Bobby Howard is our referee as they're scheduled for 10.
Gentlemen, you receive your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect. A good, clean fight. This is the title. Let's fight with honor. Shake them up. 12 fans watching. Go Hawks.
Another mention of Seahawks support for this Super Bowl frenzied crowd here in Shelton, Washington, as the referee puts forth that common chorus you will hear throughout this area, Go Hawks.
You know, White,
I want a clean fight, gentlemen.
his 2 losses, both losses by knockout, so you wonder about the chin, and both those losses were early. First round, third round, so vulnerability early for White. If Williams steps up the gas a little.
There's a left hand from the southpaw. that scores a knockdown just 27 seconds into the fight. As you said.
Again, very bad habit the tall White has. Watch that left hand. You guys at home, he throws it, look at it, drops down to the hip, and then comes back up, just like we illustrated in the fight plan. Now, we see it.
Watch the belt lines, gentlemen. Watch the belt
The question is, does Williams see it? If Williams sees it, oh, he's going to knock out White. He's going to step in with a right hook. Keep an eye, there again, keep an eye on that left hand. After he throws it, doesn't travel straight back the way it's supposed to for a defensive cover. Drops down, leaves himself exposed. I question the chin, I said it very early, of White, but I don't question his heart. Plenty of grit, plenty of moxie.
Straight left that time.
Yeah, there's that chin. There's that chin. Oh,
there's a knockdown of his own.
There's the power that he does have, that we talked about. He has that power, and he showed it.
2 minutes into the fight, and each man has been down.
He's gutsy, he survived getting hurt, and he has the power. Why does he have the power? Well, look at his body. He's wiry, he's tall, and he's got himself hurt again. Rock'em sock'em robot. But again, Williams does have the power.
And he goes down for a second time. How about this first round? He's flopping like a fish. Wobbly legs. Will they let it go?
Walking me strong. Walking me strong. Walking me strong.
25 seconds to survive.
Yeah, that's an eternity, that 25 seconds, when you're in this kind of shape.
Show me something. Show me something.
He doesn't look good. 15 seconds. Bent legs. And it's over. TKO victory. Thomas Williams.
Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here.
Said there was vulnerability on White's side early. Also said White had some power. He's a tall, wiry guy. Wiry guys get leverage. He showed that power. But his chin was overcome by the power of Williams.
Wasn't that fun, folks? 2 knockdowns scored by Williams, sandwiching the knockdown scored by White. And then Williams came in, as did referee Bobby Howard, to call the fight as Williams stays unbeaten. Teddy, we're going to give you plenty of time to take us through everything. Let's go back and show you the first knockdown.
You see a little bit off balance with his legs there. Left hand, straight left hand. Here's the second knockdown.
I almost stopped.
Actually, this is the knockdown where Williams gets dropped coming in. Got a little careless, got a little fat with his punches, and he got caught on the chin. And here's the last knockdown. Well, I shouldn't say knockdown. This is a stoppage on his feet. We didn't show you the other knockdown, but that was a stoppage on her feet when the referee had seen enough. White had been on the floor twice.
Bobby Howard told Cornelius White in that final half minute, show me something. Let's go back and show you the third knockdown of the round, the second by Williams. This is after he was floored. Another look
Take
at
another
the second
look, a
knockdown
little better
scored by
look
Williams.
now, a little closer. On top of the head, the right hook, clipping him on top of the head. Williams catching him with that. Again, the power in the right hand, the right hook for the southpaw. Hard punch to see for an orthodox fighter. A punch we thought that White would be vulnerable to. But White, again, his lack of technique. He doesn't have many amateur fights, only 14 amateur fights. Williams, 62 amateur fights. You see White falling in there, flailing a little bit, and left himself open.
Let's go up to Barry for the official particulars.
Shelton, you have just seen the front runner for round of the year. Referee Bobby Howard stepped in to stop the bout. 2 minutes and 49 seconds into round number 1 for the winner by TKO and new NABO light heavyweight champion, Thomas Top Dog Williams.
Now, you heard him say early candidate for round of the year. Here's what we're going to do, folks. Keep it real simple for you. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we will replay that wildly entertaining first round between Williams and White. Call your friends, tell them to tune in. You'll see it in full length when we return. The 3 knockdowns. On Friday Night Fights presented by Corona Extra, Joe Tessitore and Teddy Atlas ringside. Thomas Williams standing by in the ring with Bernardo Osuna. We're going to show you the entire wild first round that included 3 knockdowns and a TKO stoppage. But first, let's go up to the ring where Thomas is standing by with Bernie.
Thank you very much, Joe. Well, Thomas, we said you had a fan-friendly style, and you started off knocking your opponent down, and then you visited the canvas for the first time in your career.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about how exciting that first round was.
Man, it was very exciting. Even though I ended up on the canvas, it was very exciting. Cornelius White, not taking anything away from him, he's a good fighter. You know, we worked on some things in the gym. You know, he caught me with a punch, you know. It happens in boxing. This is my first time being on the canvas, but it's what happens after that when you face adversity. And he put me on the canvas, and I said, you know what? It's time to go to work.
Now, talk to me about what you saw that you were able to exploit.
I seen when he was coming in, he was trying to load up on punches. I said, you know what? Just let your hands go. Step to the side, and you should be able to land anything you want.
You said that you wanted to go out and put on a good show. You did that. How hurt were you?
Oh, I wasn't hurt at all. It was more stunned and probably embarrassed my first time being on the canvas than anything. I wasn't that hurt. He actually surprised. I'm like, oh man, I'm on the canvas. I was like, oh man, let me get up, take my time, and go back to the plan me and Mr. Peterson set up.
Now, you said you wanted to fight for a world title at 175 before the end of the year. Does this fight put you closer to that?
I believe it's going to put me closer, you know, because Cornelius White, he fought the WBO world champion, and he took him 3 rounds, you know, and I think by me making a statement, only having 15 fights, stopping him in the first round, I think that makes a big statement.
Well, it'll be limos from now on if you keep doing this, knocking opponents out.
I want to thank my advisor, Al Heyman. I want to tell my daughter, Kalana, baby, watching at home, Daddy's okay. Daddy be home tomorrow.
All right. Well, it reminds us of the man who was supposed to be here tonight. Kendall Holt was supposed to be the headliner. His opponent ended up hurt, and he was pulled off the card. But Kendall Holt had a first round much like this against Ricardo Torres. It just all comes back in the world of boxing. Joe Teddy, back to you.
That's right, Bernardo. Javier Molina was that scheduled opponent, but glad we did have Thomas Williams and Cornelius White to offer up such an entertaining first round. Our main event. Right now, we're going to go back and show you the entire round of how this fight played out. Teddy, feel free to join in, gentlemen, as this is how it went down, the 3 knockdowns and then the TKO stoppage of White and Williams.
Thank you. I will join in. First of all, we talked about it early. We said it right away. Well, I said it right away. The White, both his losses by knockout, so your question is chin. Both were early, first round and third round. So you figure that Williams was supposed to have that information. And maybe he looked to jump on him, and there he did. He jumped on him, he closed the gap with the jab from the southpaw position, and he jumped on White early and dropped him. You know, another thing going into this is White, not many amateur fights, only 14, Williams a lot more, 62. So he'd never been in with a southpaw. He never saw punches coming at him from this angle. When we talked about the wiriness of White, you know, wiry guys, well, they can usually get leverage and punch a little bit.
Watch the belt lines.
They need a little help sometimes, and I think you're going to see somewhere along here that Williams gives him a little help. Comes in a little reckless. Maybe he sees knockout in his mind. Figures he already dropped the guy, gets a little careless.
Get between, don't hold the arm, don't hold the arm. Break, break, break. Don't hold like that. Box.
Shelton, we have another fight
And again,
right up that will be
White,
televised.
you can see from a technical standpoint, you know, pretty basic. Covers up to defend. Every once in a while he gets out of position, gives up his height, reaches in a little bit. Now he gets hurt there, and I think this is where Williams gets careless. He figures, okay, I'm going to catch him. Guess what? He got caught coming in a little reckless, a little fat from too far away.
And that's something watching it here in replay, you really notice. That was a great point by you there, because in real time it just simply looked like the guy in control being the aggressor, and it was innocuous, but it wasn't.
No. Knockouts, knockdowns happen for a reason. And now, returning the favor is Williams, catching White, splitting his guard with the left hand, and then catching him with a hook. Again, you saw Williams, you know, White out of position, giving up his height, falling in, and he got caught on top of the head. Top of the head by that right hook. A right hook again that he's never seen in his career before. Never fought a southpaw before. And now Williams knows what to do. Jump on his man. He's got his man hurt. Get in close where he can't use those long arms. And let his hands go and let the referee take care of it from there.
That's it.
Heard Bobby Howard come in and say, show me something. He's looking at his face, looking at his legs. And he came in with the stoppage. So Thomas Williams Jr. goes to 16-0 with 11 knockouts. And let's take you through chronologically the 3 knockdowns in the fight and the TKO. And Teddy, you can explain them all once again to everybody. We'll go back and show you the first knockdown scored by Thomas Williams.
Well, again, Williams is southpaw. White's never seen a southpaw. I think he was off balance there. You know, sometimes southpaws and orthodox fighters get their legs tangled up. I think he was as much off balance as anything with the left hand. But here's the right hook. Well, I should say left hand coming from White. And again, that's because Williams, he had just hurt him. He's coming in reckless, coming in fat, and he gets caught. Now, the last knockdown, off the top of the head. Again, here you see White, not very experienced. He's giving up his height. He's falling in. He's tumbling a little bit. He gets caught on top of the head. And then, well, pretty simple. Williams knows you got a hurt man. Just jump on him. Make the referee do that.
And that's how it was in the main event. 1 round, 3 knockdowns, a TKO. Got much more to come on Friday night.